Hello everyone, happy Friday. It is, what is it, Friday the 6th of February 2025. I hope you're going well. It's Sharon Wilson, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Australia. Um, yeah, it's Friday the 6th of February. It is the first week of February, so I've been creating this week. I went up and visited my friend Morel, and we did some crafting, and so with that in mind, I actually created some projects with some designer series paper that I wanted to share with you. So I thought I would recreate some of them that I'd already made, so that then I can show you what you can do with designer series paper without necessarily having to stamp. So this particular paper, hey Sam, how you going? This particular paper is actually the Hobby Haven specialty designer series paper. So it's a bit higher in the price range because it's actually got two sheets of die cuts, so pre-cut pieces, so different images that you can use for embellishing and what have you. So that's what there is. So with that in mind, let's have a look at what we've got. So let me put you down. So my desk is already messy because I've already done a bit of prep work, and that's why I'm a bit late, because I was doing some pre-chopping for you so that you wouldn't actually have to watch me chop everything that I would normally chop. So this is the paper. Hang on. I'm a bit disorganized, hence why I'm late too. So these are all the die cuts. Oops, there's more. And so I don't like having all the little pieces and stuff floating around. So I usually like to pull them out so then I can just use them as need be, because a lot of them do just fall out easily because they're pre-cut and they're only being held in by little pieces. So I figure if I pull them all out, then it's easier to see and play with. So hopefully that is the case now that I'm saying that. So I thought I would, I'm going to minimize the stamps that I'm using and do use these dies. I'll be using these die cuts. I will be using some dies because I still need to use some different shapes and everything just to add a bit of extra texture and interest to cards. So just pop all these out and then I can put them into a little bag or something. There we go. It was our 21st wedding anniversary yesterday, my husband and I. So we went out for dinner last night, which we don't often do. We don't go out for dinner often, but it was nice to go out and just celebrate our time as husband and wife. So, all right, so they're all the little pieces, the die cuts, all done. Now I've got all these pieces here. It's got some flowers, some little planty sort of things. So then it's a matter of just working through what you've got and just adding elements to cards. And you can get quite a few different cards looking like things looking different with this set. So, and this is just the die cuts, and then you've got the patterns as well. So let's just shove them out of the way for a moment. So then the papers. So you can see I've already done some cutting out, some fussy cutting. So let's just pull them out of the way. Whoops, my mouse moved. Okay. All right, so we've got just some elements and then pattern on the back. Some coffee machines and coffee and stuff. That's the same. That's the same as that one. And then you've got all these chairs and on the back you've got petal pink checks. And then you've got the books. So you've got some nice patterns to play with. You've got some lovely die cuts to play with. And then it's just a matter of having a look to see what you can create with what's left over. So I've pulled out a few pieces of basic white. So just looking at what I've done previously. So this card, I've just chopped it at standard size card base and then scored it at 5 centimeters just so it can sort of sit back on itself, just like that. And so then we get a piece of paper, whichever size we want. What are we going to do today? I think I might try this one. Might do some books. And so this piece was that 5 centimeters? I think that's 5 centimeters. Yeah, that's 5. So we want to do a 5 centimeter piece here for 4.5-ish. Yeah, let's go 4.5 centimeters. And then I want to try and get the lamp in. So I'm going to sit that there. So I've got the lamp, I've got the books. On the inside, we're going to use this piece. So I want that to be 10 centimeters. And 14.3. So it's going to sit on the inside there. And then so I'm in a bit of a muddle, so please forgive me for that. I was as I said, I was on the I didn't actually say this, but I was on the phone before and then realized I had half an hour to get ready, and then I did some die cutting and prepping, and then yeah, realized it was 4 minutes to 10. I went, oops, I was meant to be doing something. So anyway, I'm here now. That's the important thing, isn't it? So I'm going to use some everyday arches. These are still available. I think I want to use, I want to use that size. So I'm going to cut a couple of them out. And I'm also going to chop a couple of stitched circles, I think. That one. I know I have some white circles as well, but I don't think I want white. Let's see if I've got my white circles available quickly. Oh, there's some. There we go. I'll use some of these white circles as well on a project. How are you going, Sam? How's your work going? I want some basic white. That's what I want. So just going to chop a couple of arches out, and this arch is about 8 centimeters, so I'm going to just chop off a piece of cardstock that's 8 centimeters wide. So just a couple of strips so then I can do some chopping. And I also want to cut out, a circle, but I want to have it so it coordinates with this one. And so, what books have I got actually? Got that one, a plant, a stool. What else have I got? I think coffee would probably be good too. A bit out of whack with the size, but that's okay. I think I want to try and do some crumb cake. A crumb cake circle, I think. So just reaching into my filing cabinet of cardstock. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the weekend too. I have friends coming over to play Lego with me tonight. And Sam's one of them, so I'm looking forward to tonight. Alright, so guys, I'm actually going to attempt to cut 2 of the arches at the same time. And then I want to try and chop my teal, no, not teal, my crumb cake piece. So let's see if I can, sorry about the movement. Yep, that worked. So I've got 2 arches there, pretty sure. I do, because I chopped them at the same time. There we go. Love that sound. And some crumb cake. I might do a second circle while I've got it out. And then I want to emboss. I want to emboss these pieces. So we need to switch our plates around. Need to get my embossing plate. And then I'm just going to put the bricks, I'm going to put in the brick and mortar. Where's it? Exposed brick 3D embossing folder. Okay, I can move that away for the moment. And that. All right, so we have our little crumb cake pieces. We've got our arches. And we have our card here. All right, so we're going to glue this on the inside. So get my seal. And we're going to glue one of the arches on the inside, centered as I can. Sorry, I realise I'm a bit off the screen. Sorry about that. And then we can put our piece there. I like having the lamp sitting there. And then we're going to layer up this piece. So we're going to layer that over the top of the arch. So we want to have that one probably as far over as we can. So I can probably put some glue on there. I want to probably have it there. So that's where we're going to go. So we don't want to go further than that circle with our layering of items. And so what did I have? I've got a lamp. There's a lamp there. What else have I got? Oh, there's another lamp. There we go. Plant. What do I want? see. I like that one a bit better. I've got that lamp there, gonna be half covered. All right, let's glue this plant down first. And I think I might pop the lamp up on some dimensionals. And then we have our little books. And the books can go up on some dimensionals too. Plant. I think that's probably enough there. So we want to actually layer it over the top of where the arch is, so you don't actually see the arch underneath. So we just want to do glue on this side. So just line up the arch underneath, which is why you put the arch down first, so then you can actually line up the arch easily. That. And then just a sentiment. And I've the virtual card making retreat, sorry. This is one of the stamp sets that comes with it, and I actually like the Hello Friend, so I'm going to pull them out. I do like these ones. And just a couple of blocks. Actually, don't think it matters on this one because I'm going to chop them out anyway. So a piece of basic white, and I think I might do pecan pie. I don't think I could have stamped them more randomly than I just did. So I'm just going to cut them straight out. And then just dimensionals on these guys as well. And I can show you the card that I actually first created. I took a lot of inspiration from online when I did these, but I did make them my own. So we've got hello and friend. Hello, friend. So that is my first card, and as you can see, there's not a lot of stamping at all. Obviously embossing and die cutting, but just a simple card, really, just creating the design using the design series paper. So that was the other one I created with the same layout. So obviously different focus because it's got so much in these design series papers, like so many different die cuts you can use. Some of them you can actually cut even further down, so you could probably cut around the plants if you wish. I cut that one out of the designer series paper. I think that one too. So you can see which ones are from the die cuts and like the paper, and which ones from the pre-printed pieces. So that's card number one. All right, card number two. Get another piece of basic white. Where did I put them? There they are. And just a piece of basic white. And I've got some pre-cut pieces of design series paper already. So I'm going to change this one up a bit. So I've got one similar, but I'm going to change it slightly. I'm going to stick that all the way to the top and have the gap at the bottom. And this one I'm going to off center it a bit. Stick that straight at the bottom and go towards the top. And then I've got one of my circles. Now, I don't believe these circles are available anymore, this die set, but I had heaps of them left over, so why not use what you have? As usual, just use what you have. Now, I've got that one. That's going to be way too big for that one. But I do have that one. I've got a set of books I could use. I feel like the books are a bit too big for this, but sometimes it's about size as well. You want things in the right sort of perspective, right? I don't think I want that one. Oh, I could use that one. Okay. I need that one. I could possibly use that. I did a lot of books that I chopped out. Huh. That one. Oh, there's that. There we go. Okay. All right. So we're going to glue this one down. I think I need him a bit higher. And then I'm going to just pop this on dimensionals before I stick everything down. Where'd my chair go? There. Let's glue that one down on with dimensionals. Yes, we'll do dimensionals. Do I need anything else? Maybe a couple of little hearts. No, not some hearts. I think I'm going to leave it with that, just that. And then I'll get my hello friend out. And I will stamp that in the pecan pie again. Or just do a hello. There you go. So that was the, that's the second card. This is the original one that I did. So just slightly different, not a lot. Different chair. I like that the chair's actually sitting forward and the plants are back on that one, but that's because that was a separate piece, so within the designer series paper. But two simple cards, again, just as in one stamp, what I had lying around, so you could use a circle punch, easy enough for that one too. All right, so next one, I might try and change this one up a bit. Do I want to? Yes, I do. I want to. So I'm going to pull out the green. And I'm just going to chop this down to, let's say, 2 inches. Two inches and 14.3. Got that one, and then what's the other one I want? That one. Or do I want? Where's that other one? I want this one. I think I might use those two together. So trim this one down. I think this is going to work. I want to do 1 3/4 inches. And then I think some crumb cake will be better. So those ones, not that one, these ones. And then for this, I'm going to do a couple of banner tags. And these guys are going to sit a bit off on that one. So grab another piece of basic white. is the beautiful thing about using white. We yes, you just add whatever you want to it and it works. Most of the time anyway. So I'm just going to layer them off each other like that. And then, where did I put them? There they are, dimensionals. Okay, so we have that at the moment. Oh, did I want that way? Oopsie. Hang on. She want it off that way. Want it that way. So this is sort of a bit more straight. Okay, what do we have? We have our easel. I don't know if I want my easel, because there's a lot more going on in that one. We can get away with this one. This one's going to be off side. Oh. Okay. What did I use before? I don't know if I can use that one. I can use some of the ladies there, and there's the sewing machine. There's another sewing machine around here somewhere. This is one of the issues with punching them all out sooner rather than later. There you are. So I'm going to bring this one back in, I think. I might add some sponging to this one. So just a bit of pecan pie. Just around the crumb cake. I can put you on top of there. Which way do I go? Go down there. Off to the side. I've got a sewing machine. I don't know if I don't know if I really want them on there. No, can't use the books. Would that be like a pattern? That could be like a pattern or something. And our stamp again. And I'll bring in my little friend. So another bit of a change. I like that one. I don't mind that one. That one's pretty good. And so you've got so many different pieces you can use, obviously. So let's just try and do something a bit different again. We might do the same folding back on itself. Will that one fit? I want a different colour. Let's try this. Yeah, let's try this one. So we want 4.5 centimeters. Ooh, we can do that one. Oh, I actually didn't see that. Didn't realise that one before. It's not going to work on the inside as much. The green will, though. So chop this at 10. So we'll do another similar one to what we did earlier with the arches. So I've got my little arches and I'll just do a quick die cut of them. And then I'm going to just use one of the circles and I'm just going to emboss that with which embossing folder? The vine one. Love the vine one. So I'm just not showing you how I'm embossing that, but you know, I think you get the idea of what you do with embossing. So just pull that apart. And we can glue this one down. that arch. We're actually going to use the white this time. Nope, wrong way, that way. And so you've got lots of potions and stuff there, but I don't think I want all of them together like that. I think we can quite easily just change it slightly. There you go. And if you really want to be fussy, you can, I'm sure you could probably do lots of fussy cutting on that. But I'm choosing not to. I feel like a teacup works well with that one. So I'm feeling a bit herbally or something. I don't know. Something about it makes me feel like it's a bit herbally. Need something bigger than that though. So I could actually do the chair. Could do the chair, even with the herbs and stuff there. Where are my books? Some books. Oh, hang on. Where am I going? I think I'm going to put them on the inside actually. Yeah, I've done that. I think I want them on the front. What else do I need on the front? I need something else there. I have my friend's daughter, my daughter's friend messaging me on, texting me, like, I'm in the middle of a Facebook Live. Oh dear. What do I need? Maybe I can do an apron. I can do an apron. It's a bit weird, I think. But I think it'll be all right. And then we have our little hello friend again. There's my piece of basic white. Where's that one go? Where'd the scrap piece go? Oh, I wonder if I could use that. like it's going to be too big. What else have I got? No, no. Where's my white? Oh, I'll just use this one. Okay. Last card. So what are the things that are happening at the moment? So with Stampin' Up, there is the fabulous join offer that's on now. So if you join between now and the end of February, you get a stamp positioning tool included in your starter kit, along with your choice of $200 up to $235 worth of product for $169. So that's the deal at the moment. So join during February and you get a stamp positioning tool plus the fabulous offers, fabulous perks of being a demonstrator, including getting access to see products early and attending events and so many amazing things. It's $169 and yeah, a free positioning tool. Oh, that's so cool. Leave that out of the way. Oh, can I use that? No. All right, I think that's it for today. So I've got all of my dies, and I had a piece of, there you go. I've got a small bag that I can put it all into. Yeah, so stamp positioning tool included in the starter kit for $169. What's have I got? There you go. All those little pieces left over. Look at that. And what else? Oh, there's also the new product of the month, which is a pack of designer series paper. So when you spend $125, it opens up the opportunity to purchase a pack of designer series paper for only $9. That one. And that one. So I did 4 cards today. 2 fancy fold. And 2 not. So they're my 4 cards. Only 4 cards today, not 12 like I did last week. Last week was a bit of a trial. Last week was whew, busy. So yeah, product of the month up until the 28th, no, 2nd of March. 2nd of March is product of the month. So $125 spend and it opens up the opportunity to purchase the designer series paper for $9. Usually designer series paper is about $21.75, $21.95, something like that. But you can actually purchase it for $9 when you already have an order of $125 in your cart. In your cart. The join special through February until the end of February is the stamp positioning tool, and that is a really good tool that I've haven't had a play with it yet. I probably should, and I probably will online at some stage, but I just haven't yet. And I can't remember what the value is of that stamp positioning tool. But you can also purchase grid paper with it as well. Yeah, you can purchase grid paper too. So the join special, $169, and you choose up to $235 worth of product, and you also get the stamp positioning tool included in your starter kit. So it is a good opportunity, great opportunity. You can't purchase it as a demonstrator or as a customer. It is only available as a bonus, as a join special at the moment. So Yeah, so that's good. That's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, I've got my retreat that's happening the 24th to the 26th of April. If you can't join me that weekend, I also do have I have a retreat at home available as well. So that's $150 if you'd like to do the retreat at home. And that will give you all the goodies that we usually do at our retreat, including the shoe boxes and everything, and the challenge, the opportunity to do the challenges. There's no stamps or inks or dies included in it, but we actually list the products that we do use on those cards, and you can actually either purchase the product or use something else. So it's very, very easy. And lots of fun to open up. It's like Christmas. So yeah, but I'd love to have you join me for the full weekend on the 24th to the 26th of April if you're available. It would be lovely. It's just about an hour and a half south of Sydney, so just near Bargo. So it's a lovely area and it's a beautiful site. And all the meals are taken care of from Saturday breakfast through to Sunday lunch, and you don't have to clean up after yourself except for your craft space if you want to. It's a great opportunity to be away from everything that's going on in life, really, and just craft. So I'd love to welcome you to that. You can check that out on my Facebook page as well. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope I will see you again next week. So bye for now.